Yang, 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 yang. Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Coach Jones. Back up in the gym today, ready to get this working. Back on the West Coast with it. That's right, we back in California. Yay. The beach season has come. The beach season is gone. We look good. We felt great. Now it's time to get back to this work. On the docket today, we got some full body work, primarily working some anti-rotational movement. So make sure that you guys hit that like button on the way in. Also, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this working. Now, it's been a while since we had some pre-workout, but y'all know how it goes. No pre-workout, no problem. Double shot of espresso. Go time, baby! Woo!
I know. I'll be your inspiration. I know why. I think if I feel confident in, nuts and stuff, it tastes better and
All right, so the first exercise that we have on the docket today are going to be unilateral dumbbell shoulder presses. So today we're going to work from the top down, starting with our shoulders, finishing with our calves. And for these dumbbell shoulder presses, we're only going to do them with one dumbbell. Like I said earlier, we're really focused on the anti-rotational concept of each of our movements today. So we'll start with a single-sided dumbbell, keeping our core nice and tight. All right, working a full range of motion, touching our shoulder and then pressing completely out with our hand in a neutral grip position. All right, we'll do 12 to 15 reps here, keeping the volume nice and high. There's our first 5. Nice and controlled. Here's our 15 on the left. We'll go 15 on the right. Same thing, core nice and tight. Touching, nice and controlled the whole way. Here's our first 5. And those are our single arm dumbbell shoulder presses. Whew. Really got to take lots of sips of air as you're doing that movement to keep that core nice and tight, keep that tension on that core the entire way. We'll do a few more sets of this, and then we're going to move on to our next movement of the day, which will actually be another press for a different body part. Now, the second exercise that we have on our docket today are going to take place right here with our low incline bench, similar to what we were doing before, except now we're working our chest. So instead of the unilateral dumbbell shoulder press, we're going to do unilateral dumbbell chest press. All right, incline chest press. We're going to keep the load volume pretty high here still. So 12 to 15 reps, okay? And the key to making this movement and keeping this movement an anti-rotational movement is that when you press, you want to keep the dumbbell outside of the framework of your body. So what does that mean? That means that when I'm pressing, instead of bringing that dumbbell towards our midline, we actually want to press straight out from where that dumbbell is located, keeping it outside of the framework of our body. That's going to create a moment arm to generate force, and now we got to use our core to stabilize and prevent that rotational movement. So we're going 12 to 15 reps here, touch and go. Nice and controlled, making sure we're touching that outside of our chest, getting full extension through the top of the movement. Range of motion is key here. Super duper important. Core nice and tight. And there we have our 15 reps unilateral dumbbell chest press. We'll do a few more sets of this, and then we're going to head on over to our third lift of the day. The next movements on the docket today will actually be a superset between two exercises. We're going to start here with our landmine rotations. Now, the name of the exercise is landmine rotations, but it is an anti-rotational movement. All right, so the rotation here, the emphasis of the rotation is happening through our arms, going across our body over top. Okay, so we're keeping those arms long, really going to work the serratus and those obliques. Okay, so we'll start right here with our arms long. Weight is right here in front of us, and then we'll work it to our hip pockets. And we'll do 10 on each side. Nice and controlled. Core nice and tight. Taking sips of air. Three more. So those are our landmine rotations, and now we'll go straight into our second movement for the superset, which will be a bird dog. Now for our bird dog today, we're actually going to work it as a contralateral movement, which means that we'll be working opposite sides of the body at the same time. There is a version of the bird dog that is an ipsilateral movement, in which case you will work the same side of the body at the same time. So we're going to go opposite today, contralateral, starting with our right arm, left leg from this bulldog position. We're going to go from a straight out position to elbow and knee touching, trying to keep our spine as neutral as possible. So we don't want those shoulders to dip, all right, and we don't want those knees to start to get shallow or barely lifting them up, all right? So full extension, full contraction. So we'll start with right arm, left leg, 10 on each side. Nice and controlled. There's our 10. We'll switch sides. Now we'll do left arm, right leg. Full extension. And there's our bird dog. So we'll do a few more rounds of this superset, and then we will move on to our next superset of the day. All right, so our fourth movement of the day is actually going to be part of a 3 exercise cluster. So we're going to start here in our 3 exercise cluster with RDLs, single leg, contralateral, all right? So again, we're sticking with the contralateral movements in our unilateral lifts. So just how we do our RDLs any other time, usually we do them ipsilateral. Today we're going to do them contralateral. So again, it's anti-rotational. Here we're focused on the anti-rotation taking place in our hips, all right? That is the bottom of our core. Bottom of our core is our hips, top of our core, all right, bottom of the rib cage right there. So again, contralateral, we'll go 10 reps on each leg, nice and controlled the whole way through. Keeping those hips square, keeping that core nice and tight. Halfway. Strong finish. There's our right leg. Now let's get the left leg. Same thing, 10 on this side. Nice and controlled. Make sure that you find a spot that you can focus on for balance before you start going. This will keep you a little bit more stable throughout the movement. Core nice and tight. Halfway. And there's our single leg dumbbell RDLs, first movement in this cluster. And we're going to go straight into our second movement in this cluster with a slam ball. And we're going to go split stance, med ball, side slams. All right, so if you guys have been sticking with me for a while since the Instagram days, you already know what's about to happen here. We're going to start with a split stance. The leg that's in front is the leg that we're twisting towards, okay? So I'll start with right leg in front. We will twist towards right leg, okay? Twist towards right leg and slam. So again, we're in a split squat stance. We're starting here, rotate, slam it. There's 5 on that side. We'll switch, get 5 on our left side. Tight core. Keep it balanced. And those are our split squat, slam ball, side slams. And then we'll move straight into our last movement within this cluster. Last movement of the day. As you can see, this is the one that's going to get your blood ramped up, your heart rate going. And here, we're just going to do a simple standing oblique crunch. Going for 12. Halfway. You know, one of the common mistakes I see with this movement is that a lot of people like to load both of their hands with plates, but it's kind of like a scale. If you got 45 on this side, 45 on this side, how can I stretch and work this oblique? So it's single-sided if you want to get the most out of it. Halfway through. And there we have it. Our last cluster of the day. We'll probably get a few more rounds of this in, and then we are good to go. Another beautiful day, another absolutely great lift. We definitely got that great work in. Full body feeling pumped up, feeling rejuvenated. It's just that time of year that we get back into the swing of things. We got bulking season right around the corner. Definitely going to hit the ground running when it comes to that. We got some big weight that we want to put on this year. Some new goals that I'm going to share with you guys very soon. And we look forward to achieving that together. Now, if you didn't on the way in, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, make sure that you guys like the video on the way out. Also, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you can get all the latest updates on videos when I post them and new goals when I create them. Also, if you want the full-length version of today's workout, head on over to my Patreon where you can access all of the full-length versions of the workouts that I do right here on YouTube. Last but not least, head on over to Instagram and hit Coach Jones with a follow at Coach Jones _. That is at Coach Jones _. Now, until next time, peace.